Hello and welcome back to Top Notch. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications to know when we post more informative videos. Even while we've long known that bad behavior is morally repugnant, recent events have made it very evident that there's a significant profit for it. Some people have made enough money in the criminal underworld to fund an entire army. Watch this video to learn identities of the top 12 criminals by wealth. Number 12. John Gotti Jr. In 2020, John Gotti Jr. has a net worth of $10 million, making him one of the world's wealthiest criminals. Many people referred to him by his nickname, Jr. On February 14, 1964, Gotti was born to a gangster father. After he finished college, he and his father started a trucking company, aside from securing his memberships in the Carpenters Union. When the firm failed, he also tried to start another. This happened several years ago, before he was officially accepted into the world's criminal record. Number 11. Frank Abagnale. Frank is often regarded as the most prosperous criminal of all time. Right now, he has a wealth of $10 million, all thanks to his criminal career. In 2020, his wealth was at this level. The American consultant made him a good living by forgiving checks and pretending to be someone else. To pull out his plan, he assumed 8 different identities. The famous impersonators list that does not include Frank Abagnale is incomplete. He turned his back onto the criminal lifestyle he adopted at the tender age of 15 and is now pursuing a lawful career. Right now, he works as a consultant and a professor at the FBI Training Center. Number 10. Efren Taylor. He masterminded the $16 million scam that defrauded more than 400 people. After a trial, the judge presiding over his case found him guilty and handed him a sentence of 19 years and 7 months in jail. It's been speculated that Efren Taylor's fortune is $10 million without a shadow of question. He is one of the most well-known criminals in the United States. Number 9. John Gotti. John Gotti Jr. is the son of John Gotti. He is expected to have a net worth of $30 million by 2020. For a long time, he has been considered one of the world's wealthiest criminals. The Gambino family is led by Gotti, an Italian-American gangster. It was a New York City-based criminal dynasty. John's achievements in the family business were unparalleled. His rapid ascent through the ranks of the Gambino family is the proof of this. Number 8. Raphael Edmond. In 2020, analysts predict that Raphael Edmond will be worth $50 million. DC was the home base for the American drug lord in the 80s. The city of Washington, D.C. was dubbed the murder capital of the United States of America. Because of his actions, Edmond became infamous for introducing crack cocaine into the nation's capital. Number 7. Big Meech. Terry Flannery, Big Meech's brother, established Black Mafia family in the 1980s in Detroit. Big Meech was involved in the narcotics ring. The drug trade grew rapidly, and by the year 2000, it was said to be well established in the majority of the United States. In 2020, the drug lord will have a net worth of $100 million. Based on the latest Forbes list of world's 100 richest criminals, Big is certainly the elite group. Some people have made a lot of money through illegal means, and they are not hard to find. The afterlife has claimed many of them, but many others are still with us, either in confinement or in the world out there, free. Number 6. Al Capone. Al Capone was a co-founder and eventually the head of Chicago gang. At the young age of 33, his time as chairman came to an end. In the year 2020, he is worth roughly $100 million and is maybe one of the most famous crooks in the history. Scarface was the name given to this American gangster. Number 5. El Chapo Guzman. It is widely believed that El Chapo created the Sinaloa cartel. In 2003, the Mexican drug lord had already earned a reputation as one of Mexico's most powerful and infamous drug lords and traffickers. He became very wealthy, and as a result of his international and domestic narcotics trafficking. There's a good reason why El Chapo Guzman's fortune is predicted to be $1 billion by 2020. Number 4. Griselda Blanco. In 2012, Griselda Blanco was gunned down and killed. In that year, she would have been 69 years old. Over the course of her career, Griselda was suspected of killing over 200 people. She was a cog in the machine that brought cocaine into the New York. Further, she was an early participant in the Miami cocaine trade, dating back to 1950s. Some refer to her as La Madrina, while others prefer the Black Widow. Blanco was an in-group member of the Colombian drug cartel. In 2020, the drug lord in Colombia will have amassed a fortune of $2 billion. Number 3. Adnan Khashoggi. Adnan Khashoggi is still one of the world's wealthiest criminals. His exorbitant spending habits and other high-profile business activities have garnered media's attention. The Saudi Arabian businessman will have a net worth of almost $2 billion in 2020. He is involved in numerous international business transactions. Number 2. Carlos Lehder. In every discussion of Medellin cartel, his name always seems to come up. Former Colombian drug kingpin Carlos Lehder is a household name now. He conducted a cocaine transport business off to Norman's Cay in the US. He is currently serving time for his several offenses. As of the year 2020, the American-born individual has a wealth of $2.7 billion. And finally, at the top of the list, number 1. Leona Helmsley. No one would think to compile a list of world's richest criminals and leave without the infamous Leona Helmsley. As a woman, she held a lot of sway in the criminal world. The American tycoon is widely believed to be more wealthy than her peers. Her $8 billion fortune is just staggering. Due to her authoritarian personality, Leona Helmsley earned the title Queen of Mean. This formidable woman was prosecuted in 1989 for allegedly avoiding payment of federal income taxes. She was found guilty after an extensive inquiry. There were multiple charges against Leona, and she was found guilty of all of them. Currently, she is considered to be one of the wealthiest criminal women worldwide. Given that most criminals prefer to keep their wealth hidden, compiling a list of wealthiest criminals of all time is a formidable challenge. This is because none of their money comes from a legitimate source and hence cannot be taxed. That was all for today. If you liked this video, kindly subscribe to our channel, share with your friends, and press the like button.